Good evening. Before I start talking about what I do, I'm just going to draw an analogy. So 200 years ago or 300 years ago, you can go back as far as you want, the main priorities for people when they were born or reach early adulthood was to work hard, make some money, get married, raise a family, maybe save a little bit of money, and have a little bit of fun. Now, humanity has progressed over the last 200 years. We've got amazing growth in technology. We've got amazing growth in the internet. The amount of knowledge that we're getting as an individual is 1,000,000 times bigger than when it was 200 years ago. So does it make sense that for most people, the aspirations in their life are still the same ones that they had 200 years ago with all the capabilities we have today? I don't believe that's the case. I don't believe that's the case for you because you are here tonight. And I think the difference between people who want to make a change today compared to 200 years ago is, at the core of that, is what Mustafa was talking about, which is passion. Because passion is the fire without which you really don't have the energy, the desire, and the drive to actually achieve it. And so my passion is human high performance. And it wasn't an easy journey. It's not something, and I will talk about my journey, but it wasn't something that I discovered, I woke up one morning saying, my passion is high performance. It's not. It took me 5 years to get to a point where I said, okay, this is what I like. This is what I'm passionate about. This is what I wake up in the morning looking forward to every single day. But I believe that you being here today, you're already on that journey with me for a simple reason. There are 1 million or 2 million people living in Dubai. The reason you're here today is because you want to make a change. You want something more out of your life than what you're getting now. And I went through that journey and I faced a ton of challenges. So my biggest challenge tonight is going to be sticking to the 15 minutes. I like to talk, as my beautiful wife would certainly agree to. But I believe, just like me, the fact that you're here means you refuse to settle. And that's something that I've developed as a mantra for myself, which is I never, ever settle. And I'm not saying it in a negative way. What I'm talking about is don't settle when it comes to your health. It's nice to be fit. It's nice to be healthy. But to me, I want to be the healthiest I've ever been in my life. I want to be the fittest I've ever been in my life. And that for me is a much bigger goal and much more worthy of the life we have today. And it's the same thing about relationships. I don't want to have an okay relationship with my wife. I want to have the best relationship with my wife. And I believe you all want the same things in your life, whether it's relationships with your colleagues or your relationships with your friends. You want them to be at the best possible level. You don't want them to be fine, right? And it's the same thing about your careers. So some people are working for a salary, and they don't want more than that. I believe they don't want more than that because they haven't discovered a career that matches their passion. Because once you match your career to your passion, then you want it to be the best possible career you've ever had. Right? And don't ever settle on your happiness. I know we have a disagreement on that, but I truly, genuinely believe that everyone deserves to be happy. Whether you have ups and downs and things happen in life, but I do believe that you do deserve to be happy. There is absolutely no reason why anybody should settle for not being happy. And I mean that in all aspects of your life. And we'll talk about that. And it's not about just wanting to do it. It's about what you can do to actually achieve that. And I promise Mustafa and I didn't coordinate this, but all right, so this is one of my favorite quotes, right? Especially the last part, which Mustafa actually mentioned earlier, which is, you don't want to reach the end of your life feeling that you haven't accomplished much, or feeling that you just ghosted through life, or feel like those people 200 years ago, 300 years ago, you've worked hard, you had a good family, it was an okay, decent life, you're satisfied. That's settling. In today's world, you want more than that. But, of course, there are challenges. And again, I've faced these challenges, and I see them in myself, I see them in the people I love, I see them in my coaching clients that I work with. Everyone faces the same challenges, right? So you can have an amazing career, but the rest of your life is a mess. Your relationships are a mess. You're exhausted all the time. You can't sleep. You're gaining weight. You feel like you go one flight of stairs and you're winded. So many people go through that. So that's a challenge. What do you do about it? Or, you're a working parent. So you're working a full-time job, you're trying to be there for your kids, but by the end of the day, you're exhausted. You have to do the cooking, you have to do the grocery shopping, you have to do the commute to and from work, and you feel like you're running out of time. And you're always chasing time. You can never find enough time. Or, and that's a very common one, by the way, especially in a place like Dubai, you want to make friends. And I'll tell you a quick anecdote here. When I was working for a Wall Street firm, my entire social circle consisted of investment bankers and lawyers. And I'm an investment banker as well, by the way. But what was driving me crazy at the time was that because that was my social circle and they were my friends, but I couldn't really let my guard down. I couldn't really be myself with them like I could be with a true friend. Because we worked in the same industry, there's always a lot of competition. You cannot really open up yourself to these kinds of people. Not because of what they do, just because they happen to be in your same professional circle as well. So, but I see that not just in professional circles. I see, because of the jealousy we live in, because some people are successful and their closest friends are the most jealous people around them, you can never really truly feel like you're trusting that friend and really consider them to be somebody you can confide in. That looks like a familiar picture that I actually struggled through. I used to weigh 94, 95 kilos. And again, I'll talk about my journey. And I used to go to the gym 5 times a week. I used to eat clean, never ate junk food, and I still couldn't lose the weight. And I cracked the code on that, but that's something that is a challenge for everyone. Okay? Or, I keep telling people, sleep more, sleep more, sleep more, because I'm a high-performance coach and I focus on productivity. And most people will tell me, well, yeah, I'm trying to sleep more, but I just cannot make it happen. I get to the end of the day, I'm so wired up,